Hey Razzle, I'm Zach, and I'm here to discuss Ted 2. Ted 2 is directed by Seth MacFarlane, stars Seth MacFarlane, Mark Wahlberg, and Amanda Seyfried. I went into Ted 2 not really that excited. I enjoyed Ted 1, it really wasn't my favorite. I thought it was funny, but I kind of thought it was just an extended Family Guy episode. And after watching Ted 2, I felt the exact same way. I mean, the jokes hit, yes, don't get me wrong. There were funny times, and I laughed a lot during the movie, but it wasn't a comedy that kept to a storyline. It was very much like Family Guy, where they say something, oh, well, you know that time we went there, and then they pan away and they do something else, or they go and they go on a little adventure and then come back to the main storyline. I know a lot of people find that to be funny, and in a cartoon way it works, but for me, in a live-action comedy, I just really am not a big fan. Now, don't get me wrong, there were aspects of Ted 2 I really enjoyed. For one, the acting. Mark Wahlberg is a really great comedic actor. I think he does his best roles in comedy. I think he should step away from doing dramas, or at least projects he doesn't care about. He's either really good or he phones it in, and I think the ones he phones in are the movies he doesn't care about that he's just doing to get a paycheck. Now, Amanda Seyfried is another person that I thought really did well in this film. She has really great connection with the two leads, being Seth MacFarlane as Ted and Mark Wahlberg as John Bennett. By the end of this movie, they had this sort of camaraderie, these three amigos feel, and I really wanted to see more of them on the screen together. If you get past all the weed jokes and the fart jokes and the jokes that, Family Guy does well and American Dad does well and other movies that Seth MacFarlane has directed and written, then you really will enjoy this movie. At one point in time, I was watching the film and I thought to myself, wow, this actually has a really beautiful commentary for civil rights, which is weird to say in a Seth MacFarlane film. He's always added his own little political flair and has sort of showed the hypocrisy and sarcastically played at what we are doing wrong in this country, but in this film he really lays it on. By the end of it, I was like, this is actually sort of beautiful. Now, that doesn't mean the movie was great. At times, the editing and the pacing really seemed off. I was just very confused because we were here at this one point, and then we got to this one point, and I didn't understand the transition. And if I'm being honest, the entire third act was just really stupid. I didn't need that at all. It was very reminiscent of the first film. It was just that I've already seen this third act in the previous Ted, and I didn't need to see it again. So just don't do it. Another thing I want to say really quickly about Ted, the actual bear in the movie, I thought the CGI used to make Ted was really awesome. I mean, like, when you look at him, you can see hairs that are out of place, and you can see that he's actually really intricate, and they put a lot of work into creating one of the main characters in this movie. Overall, I thought Ted 2 was a funny movie, and for that, I'm going to give Ted 2 a 5.5 out of 10. I understand that might sound a little harsh, but if you think about it, a 5 is an average movie, so it's better than an average movie. This is not a movie to go see in the theaters. I mean, if you're really big into Seth MacFarlane and you find every episode of Family Guy and every episode of The Cleveland Show and every episode of American Dad to be funny, then yes, by all means, go and watch Ted 2 in the theaters. But if you don't, wait for Redbox. Because honestly, it's worth spending the $1 something for Redbox because you're going to get laughs and you're going to have an enjoyable evening. But I don't know if it's worth spending the $11 at the movie theater. Again, thank you for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day.